Welcome everyone. Today's video is going to be straight from the heart. It's something I feel very strongly about. And I just want to start off by saying that we live in wonderful times. I mean, the tools and technologies we have at our fingertips are just incredible right now. And if you're someone who's not that deep into it, not that who's kind of scared away of the word AI and all these new buzzwords popping off and everybody's talking about AI, I would suggest you wholeheartedly to explore them, to dive deep into them, because man, they can give you a lot of power. So let me give you a context. So I have always had I've been a very imaginative person. I've always imagined scenarios about the earth, about our nature, the wildlife that would have happened or actually still do happen, but nobody ever gets to see them. And I wanted to make videos about these things. But for someone like me with no experience in making videos, no production crew, no film crew, or how is it possible for someone like me to create videos, professional looking videos, and bring these things that don't exist apart from right here to the screen? It just wasn't possible. And believe me, I tried a bunch of times. You could argue that, oh, you just didn't try hard enough, but creating something from scratch just takes months and months. So bringing a single idea to life would take months without a dedicated team of 50 people, all have different expertise. But now it's just incredibly transformed. You can create a really high quality video of really high production value using these tools, and it would cost a fraction of what it would have been. And I mean like 1,000th time less. Now, moving on from my rant, let me show you. So I've created a YouTube channel just totally because I can, and you can too, because we have been empowered with this technology. So this is my channel. It's been created less than a month ago, so I'm a noob, you can say, in YouTube and creating videos, but you will see what I'm talking about for a noob like me, what is possible to do. So it's called The Imagined Earth, and I've been creating shorts and videos, and I have some videos in the pipeline as well, and they're totally done with the help of these tools that I will be sharing with you, and the process I will be sharing with you. And it's possible for anyone to create great high quality content, and I will show you. So some of the videos I created, as you can see, this one is just about imagining how Earth, if it were to respond to all the things human have been doing to it, and all the climate change and the destruction of natural resources, titans of Earth were to rise up one day and take their revenge on it, what would it look like? So I just brought this to life. I did not need any graphic designers, any music crew, any production crew, no cameramans, no editors together. I did it all by myself within, I think, 1 or 2 days. And it's not a bad video. I'll just let you watch. So the quality of these animations, I'm just going to pause it here. I mean, I think it's just stunning. Without further more rambling, I would get into my process of how I go about creating a new video, bringing my imagination to life with these tools. First thing I do is, when I have a concept in mind that I think is really worth sharing, which I have one right now, I first kind of make a judgment if I can make a video about it, if it's going to be a short or it's going to be a long form video. So once I have a little bit of an idea of what script I want to make, then I use a large language model like ChatGPT or any language model. You can use a local model if you don't want to spend any money. Again, I'm going to give you the free solutions in this video as well that you can run on your computer and make videos like this possible to make on a really tight budget, or even free if you have a good enough machine. Why not? So you can use a software like LM Studio. You can chat with the language model on your computer if you don't want to use ChatGPT. I will just show you what I do. I had an idea, so I will share what idea I had. I wanted to make videos about tigers. I'm really interested in big cats, especially tigers. I would love to get a behind the scenes look at what happens in the jungles, what these animals do, and what legendary fights and interaction they have with other animals. And I've always wanted to bring those to life. Multiple instances of tigers taking down elephants. I was just fascinated, and I wanted to kind of dig deep into it, which I did. And I was able to find some stories and some instances where people have listed, with credible information, as you can see here. I went down a rabbit hole. I found this bunch of information, and I wanted to kind of bring it to life. I searched on YouTube a lot, didn't find any videos about it, and I wanted to make one, I guess. Why not? You have all these tools, let's put them to good use. So that's why I wanted to do it. So once I had this idea, I'm going to show you the whole process I take to bring this idea to life. So the first thing I do, I am kind of choosing what part or what story I want to bring to life. So I really like this one, and what I did was I copied the text and the images, and I started to chat with ChatGPT. Again, you can use a local language model as well if you choose to not spend any money on it. What I did was I gave it a screenshot. I explained what I wanted to do. So one thing I found working well with language models is talk to them like a human, but make sure you're explaining things in a lot more detail than you would to a human, because they need context. They need to understand where you're coming from. The better you explain yourself, the more context you give them, the better results you will get. So I told it all about what my plan is, what my deal is, what I'm trying to do, right? And I gave it the story, the picture, I would like to revive this, bring it to life. And then I started having this conversation with it. So we went a lot of back and forth, kind of, until I was seeing the outputs that I like. Then I asked it to create a narration. So the video I'm making is going to be a narrator kind of narrating the story in the background, and it's like a documentary style. And then there will be the visual part, which will be videos and images combined, and then there will be music, which again will be AI generated, and some sound effects, which we will make ourselves as well. So there's a lot of stuff. So I step by step talk to it. Once I get the script finalized, then I asked it to create a narration of it, which my narrator would speak, and which would be like I would create using another AI tool I will show you. And so here again, having back and forth, and I think right there, so it's a lot of back and forth, and right there we kind of got to a point where I really liked the result, and I asked it to give it to me in a paragraph. So this is our final script, which the narrator will be speaking, and I will show you how to bring it to life. You don't need your own voice. You don't need to hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork, or you don't need to. You can even do it for free if you want to. But I'm going to show you a paid version, but it's pretty cheap. And if you want to go the open source route, you can do that as well. So this is our script, and the tool I'm using, which a lot of you might be familiar with, is 11 Labs. So I will go to 11 Labs. 11 Labs is it lets you do everything with voice. So it lets you clone your voice, it lets you use other voices it has in its arsenal to kind of create speech of any text you want to, and it even lets you create sound effects. And now they have also included a conversational AI feature which you can use in phone calls. So check out this platform if you haven't already. It's really useful, and this will be our narrators for some call, right? So what I'm going to be doing is I will go here. I have some voices that are selected which I'm going to be using for this narration. So it's going to be like a natural history kind of video, right? So we want to use a certain British voice maybe. Whereas so my voices, you can go over to library, or I think it's my voices, and I only have this one voice right now.
The thing always happened.
So let's use this one. So I'm going to go to use, and over here I'm going to just type in my text that and we will go to our 11 Labs, which is right here, next, and paste it right here. Okay, we are gonna go ahead and generate the speech.
For years, the idea of a tiger taking down an adult elephant has sparked debate. Are these just tales spun by tiger fanatic of the natural world?
This is fantastic. Like before these tools, you would have to hire a narrator with a voice that you liked and wait for them to give you back an audio once you send them text. This took me 3 minutes. I mean, isn't that incredible? So we're going to download this right here. So we have our narration done in 3 minutes, and let's move on to the next part. Let's create the visuals, the images, and the videos we will be combining to bring this video to life, right? So how I usually do that is, again, we will go back to our chat we were having. So we were at this stage where we have determined the script, right? And we have generated the narration. Now what we want to do is, so again, the prompt is how you communicate with the model, right? So you have to communicate it in very high detail, telling it exactly what you're looking for, giving it all the context you can to get great results. So this is what I ask it to help me generate those visuals. We're not going to use the image model within ChatGPT. It's not as good, but we're going to ask its help to help us create prompts for another services we'll be using. So this is how I ask it. Let's move ahead, break down these scenes, and start preparing to generate visuals for this video. This is audio recording, so it's not really refined, but you get the sense of what I'm talking. And then I ask it in detail that give me image and video prompts for the scenes broken down, and give me 2 or 3 different variations so I can try those in our image generation models that we'll be doing in the coming part of the video. So it understood that, and it broke the script down into 5 to 10 second scenes, and it gave me 2 to 3 visual prompts for each of those scenes. So we will begin with this scene right here, and what I'm going to do is, now these are the prompts that I will input into an image generation model like Midjourney, Flux, or FreePic, or Grok, whichever one you want to use, and whichever one you can have commercial rights for, because you're going to be using this in your videos, right? And the catch, the free part, as I told you about, I'm going to be showing you the free alternative of these tools. So what you can do is, if you don't want to pay to generate these images, you can use open source models as well. You can use Comfy UI to run on your computer, generate these images. It's going to take longer, but it's going to get the job done. If you don't want to spend a dime, this is your way to go. Go to their GitHub repository, follow these steps, and install it on your computer, and you can generate images totally locally. I'm not going to give you a tutorial in this video because there are a lot of them out there already, which you can follow and get this up and running, generate images for free if you have a fairly capable machine. And you can also actually right now use it to convert those images into videos. We have video tools like LTX Video, which recently came out within the last 3 weeks, I think, where you can locally on your computer convert or create videos from images for free of cost. It's going to be a time penalty. It's going to take longer because you're running it on your local computer, unless you have like a super powerful computer. But you can do, it's doable. If you want to spend a few days, it's totally doable. But for video generation, I'm going to be using on-cloud tools for this video. But as I can show you, Comfy UI, right now it's possible to do it all on your machine. And it's only going to get better. Right now, we have AI in the state that we are refining it at a very fast state. So from what I expect, in 6 months to a year, you will have models that you can run locally, totally on your computer, and the quality is going to improve exponentially. So get started with this, dip your toes in the water, produce a few videos, even if you have to spend a little bit of money. And then when these tools drop, you'll be in a much, much better position to use those tools, and you will already know the whole workflow of what you use. You'll just plug those tools right in, and you can just generate those videos for free. I mean, what's better than that? You don't gotta pay a dime. You have a whole production crew on your computer. It's the dream, right? Anyway, so Comfy UI, if you want to go the free route, feel free to check out this repository. I will put the link in the description. And next up, what I do is I'm going to be using different image models here to showcase what you can use if you want to pay or get it done quickly. So one of those is Grok. Grok is necessarily free as well. I'm not sure about the commercial terms, so I'm not going to use these images in the video probably, but I will just show you. So now our ChatGPT has given us the prompts for the scenes. So let's try the first one. Actually, I already tried this one. So I gave it to Grok, and it was able to give me these images, which are just, I mean, come on. Tell me this doesn't look real, right? And some of them had bloody or gory stuff in them, so it kind of did not give the result back to me. But these are incredible, I think, for videos. And if you don't like the quality of it, you can go to tools like Magnifique, or you can even use a free image upscaler to upscale these images before you convert them into video. Or if you just want to use them as images, fair enough. So I've been using Magnifique sometimes when I really need to bring an image to the best it can be. It's just an image upscaler. It adds detail and color and just life into a low quality image. So you can give it a try if you want. Otherwise, this should be fine as it is. Use a free upscaler if you want. There's lots of them out there. Feel free to give them a try. And so this is what I'll do now. I'll use these prompts with a bunch of image models, some free, some paid. I will show you an example of a free one as well while we are here. So I have Comfy UI on my computer, so we're gonna get it running right now. Let's see, and I'm gonna show you just a demo, a low quality image generated, because I want to do it quickly here just for the sake of showing it for the video that it can be done. So there you go. I'm going to copy this prompt. We have our Comfy UI loading right now, right here. Again, follow the instructions, watch some videos on YouTube on how to install this if you don't have already. It should already be in the GitHub repository, which you can find the link in the description. So it's running. It's going to open up a window in your browser once it's done, right there. And there you go. So this is totally locally on my computer. This is where I put the prompt in. This is where I select the model. I'm just going to go with the whatever it is just for a demo and generate. And then it takes like less than 10 seconds for one video, I think, or one picture, I think. Videos will be much longer. They can take anywhere from half an hour to an hour depending on what settings you're creating them for. So there you go. That's the most low quality basic image without any of these settings tuned in for this model. Another option you have for your image generation is use a service like Replicate, where you can run these models on rented GPUs, and we can use a bunch of models. So for example, Flux. You can use Flux 1.1 Pro. I don't think they have the commercial terms on this model, so you can't even use these images commercially. But there are other versions of Flux, for example, Flux Dev that you can use. And it costs, I think, yeah. So Flux Dev right here, right? And this one costs 0.04, so 4 cents per image, which if you generate like 50 images, it would cost over $1. So that's, I think that's not that expensive, but someone might not want to spend any money. For those people. So I got disconnected for a while. So I was saying is you can use models on Replicate or other platforms like Replicate. I know there is Fal AI and a bunch of other platforms like FreePic where you can use their model to generate images, whatever works for you, right? So give a bunch of them try and see where you get the best results. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use all these prompts that I got to bring this story to life. I'm gonna generate the images, and then I'm gonna generate the videos later on, which I'll show you, and then we'll have our visual production stuff done for the video. So I'll be back. Alright guys, just quickly wanted to show you, if you're totally new to this, how to generate images, and so you don't have to learn by making mistakes. So what I do is I copied one of these prompts in the prompt here and Replicate, and you can also use an image if you want to use their Flux Redux, which is a whole another story, but then you will choose the aspect ratio. So if you're making a YouTube video, you will choose 16:9. If you're making a YouTube short, you will choose 9:16. So this is just a landscape and the portrait mode, with the images will come in. So I'm going to be using 16:9 since I'm making a video out of this. And then the safety tolerance I'm going to choose is maximum, because we wanted to generate some gore and some some content that might otherwise be censored. So let's try if it can still do it at 6. It might not do it at all, so we might have to find a workaround. But here you can select the output of this image. So I'm going to select PNG. Output quality is of course max. And one thing you want to do is we're using Pro. So that's it. So then you click on run. And there you go. That's our first kind of a generation. It's not that good. So we are going to go again. Actually, it's not that bad. Oh, look at that. That's incredible. It's not really useful for us here right now. So we're gonna actually I will use a different model which I like much better than Flux Pro. So Flux Pro Ultra is, I've seen, produce much more realistic looking images. So let's go to that. And this is a little bit more costly, 6 cents per image, but that's not a big deal. So, and we will add these words just to make it produce real looking images. 4K wildlife photography. So there you go. That's our prompt. Again, the aspect ratio we need for our video is 16:9. Max safety tolerance, and in this model you want to check this raw checkbox. It produces really realistic looking generations. So, and then hit run. So let's see what we get here. What I usually do is open like 2-3 tabs of this and then copy and paste all the prompts in there and keep generating them, so it saves a lot of time. So here we got NSFW content detected because it's saying bloodied claws and teeth, right? So usually I would just skip this. I would try to generate some other image, but just for the sake, I want to show you how you can get around that. Covered in fake blood. Alright, so let's see if that works, or we might have to find some other way around. So it's running, and no, it didn't work. So fake blood like liquid. So we're gonna give it a bunch of tries, see if we can get past the guardrails. It did not work. So what we're gonna do is let's see if that does something. So we're just gonna write dark red liquid. And there you go. So you can use that as well, but again, you might have to play around with the prompt. Tigers, claws and teeth. See? So we'll keep on generating until we get that one we like. And then we can also use these images to create a video out of them. That's not that hard. And we got an NSFW warning again. Let's try it again. Otherwise, we're just going to move on to another prompt. See, we're getting NSFW. So let's try this one. Dragging an elephant calf's body under the central wood. And look at that. That's a pretty good generation right there. That's the first try. And let's try once again. So there you go. So you can hopefully see how powerful these tools are. I will probably get done with creating all these images in less than an hour, I hope. and it messed up this time, but you get the idea of what we're trying to do here. And I'll just keep going, keep trying with different tools until I have all these images collected, and then we will go ahead to the next step. Well, alright guys, so I am done creating the images. I took about 4 hours, but it took me about 90 minutes to create all the images, and I was having dinner and just relaxing for a bit. So I will just show you a sneak peek right here. There are a lot of graphic images in this video, so it took me a bit more time than it should, but the results are pretty stunning, to be honest, and I can't wait for this video to come together. Now what we're going to do is use some of these images and use video generation tools to bring those to life. So I'll be showing you how to do that, and at the same time we will be creating the music that we will be using in this video, so I will show you that as well. So let's go. Hey guys, welcome back. So it's the next day, and we have generated all of our images, as you can see on the screen. Some of these are pretty graphic because that's the nature of the video that I'm making, but I went down a rabbit hole and I generated way more images than we need for the video, but I love doing this, so why not? If you have fun doing this, that's the best place you can be. So the next step I do is, so we're gonna choose some of the key scenes from our video, from our script that we wanna showcase in video format, and then we will convert some of these images into videos. So I have identified some of those scenes. For example, one of those is this one. It's a tiger leaping on top of the elephant, and as you can see, the image is pretty good looking. It's a little bit blurry and full of noise, so if I create a video of it just like this, it's not going to come out the highest quality. So what I like to do is I like to use this software called Magnifique AI. You can use another free upscaler as well. It probably wouldn't get you as good of a results, but it will still be absolutely watchable. But I just wanted to show you this. So as you can see, this is the original image, and once I upscaled it, it got converted to this, so it's a massive improvement, if you want to see. So this is what I use to upscale some of the images that I want to convert to video, or in general if I want to just have that image in more definition. So give it a try if you want. You can try the free version for quite a bit, and you can scale the images to 2 times, 4 times. You can choose your what is it being optimized for, and you can also play around with a bunch of other settings to get the results you want. But yeah, so now I have this image. I'm going to use this image to create a video out of it, so add some motion into it, right? And we're going to use either you can also use Luma Dream Machine, so lumalabs.ai is another tool for generating images or pictures. It's actually pretty fun to work with. So I was just playing around with it for my video right here. I'll just show you. So as you can see, you can kind of give it a prompt. It will then generate 4 images out of it, and then you can keep playing around with them. You can convert them to videos in the software as well. If I want to right here make video out of it, you can do that. But I'm going to use Kling AI, which is another software to generate videos or create videos out of an image that you already have. So you can either generate videos straight from the text, which I find most of the times doesn't work if you want something really particular. So for that, I prefer to choose the workflow where you create the image first, you narrow down the image, and you upscale that, and then you upload it in the image to video, and then you give it the prompt and you generate that. But if you want something general, for example a flyover view of a jungle, then you can just directly generate it from prompt as well. That would work too. This text to video works too, and the quality of Kling AI is one of the best, as you can see right here. So I have been just playing around with it crazy, as you can see right here. Like, look at this quality right here. So that was from an image that I generated, and yeah, so it's a fantastic tool as well. It's paid, of course, but it doesn't hurt to give it a try if you are really deep into this stuff and you have some ideas that you want to bring to life. These are the tools to go for, I'm telling you. Now you can also use Flux image generator or other image generators on the market to see which one works best for your use case. And of course there's Midjourney as well, which is kind of the king of all, but a little bit on the pricey side. But that's a choice you will be making. So anyway, now let's generate our video. So most of the time what works well is for Kling AI to give it negative prompts, and a lot of them. So what you do not want in this video. So as you can see, this video I generated from scratch is incredible looking, and that is because of the negative prompts. I'm not going to lie to you, that it matters a lot. So you want to put some of these things that you do not want in the video. For example, oversaturation, disfigurement, unrealistic distortion, pixelation, all that shit, right? You can ask ChatGPT to generate these as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to upload my image that I want to generate the video from. So this is the upscaled image which I upscaled using Magnifique, and now I'm gonna so it's always better to use the same prompt that you use to generate the original image. And I'm gonna go right here to Kling, give it the prompt, and you can also use motion in this, right? So you can kind of select so you can select this whole thing, or you can just auto segment it and select the tiger, and then select this motion. So if you want it to be jumping up or jumping down, you can do that, and that's how the video will try to kind of render it. But for now we're just gonna use the prompt and see how that turns out. So confirm. So we have our image, we have this. You can choose how much relevance and how much creativity you want it to. I don't want a lot of creativity, so I will keep it at 5.5 or 6 maybe. Yeah, let's keep it at 5.5, and that will be it. And generate, and it will take around 10 minutes to generate one clip. So you don't want to generate clips of all the images that you created. That will be really time consuming and really costly as well at this point. But again guys, soon these video models will be so much in abundance. There will be so much competition, and I think they will be really cheap to run very soon. So kind of get into the groove now, start making stuff with them, and once they hit, you know, that threshold where they're really cheap, you will be in the best spot. So play around with them is my suggestion. So we'll wait for it. It'll take 6 minutes. Another thing I want to do while we are creating the videos is get the music and the sound effects going as well. So again, we'll use ChatGPT for that as well. So I'm just going to talk to it. So guys, for the music, I have given it a prompt. I have just asked it to because we have given it the script beforehand, so I've asked it to kind of generate me prompts to generate that music. So you can also use stock available music, copyright music from sites like Free Sounds and a bunch of others. But in this video we're going to show you AI tools that you can use to generate everything on your own, so you don't have to go and look around for this stuff. So I asked it to first generate the sound effects, the prompts for the sound effects. So it will identify the key sounds that will be in the video based on the script, and then it will give me the prompts. And also I gave it some suggestion for the background music I want. So I kind of want it to have the background music like the Dark Knight Rises theme song, kind of with the pianos and the whole orchestra. So it's gonna we're gonna work with it, talk to it, and narrow down what we want, and then we will again talk to it, have it give us the prompts, and we will use those to generate that music. So I will be showing you that once I'm done with the conversation. So there you go, and it's always better to have a conversation instead of just going on with the first answer it gives you, because there's a lot of refining to do. Most of the times the first answer would not be the best one, so you want to keep talking to it, kind of modifying it to what you want, and once you're satisfied, then ask it to give you the prompts. So here you go. So it's giving me suggestions for the animal sounds, tiger growls and roars, elephant trumpeting and stomping, which is exactly what we wanted, and some of the ambience, like environmental sounds as well. Destruction sounds, of course, cracking branches, rustling bushes. We didn't think of that, so good job there, ChatGPT. And some of the forest sounds, some of the impact sounds as well. That's pretty good, and the chaos as well. So it's pretty good. So I think I'm satisfied with the sound effects. And for the music, so it gives me some different. I told it to kind of combine that with a wildlife, put a twist to kind of tailor it to wildlife or nature video or content. So let's see what it does. It's saying wildlife ambience fusion, incorporate distant echoes of jungle subtly into the music, use high-pitched violence, flutes. Alright, we're gonna let it go ahead and do its thing. So I'm gonna ask it to, it actually gave us the prompts based on this, but you can keep talking, narrowing it down until you're satisfied, and then go ahead and generate. For our music, we're gonna use 11 labs. I'm sorry, for the sound effects, we're gonna use 11 labs. And for the music, we're gonna use Suno. And you can, if you don't want to pay for these, you can also use the free versions. For example, you can use Udio, which I believe is free, and free for a while. So, and also Suno gives a free trial as well. And for 11 labs, if you don't want to pay for it, you can go to Hugging Face. Text to audio. Yeah, so as you can see, there are a bunch of models which you can use to either generate sound effects or convert your text to audio. So feel free to play around. They're free to use. You can use them on your computer. They're open source. So that's the free version of it if you don't want to go for the paid versions. But we're going to use 11 labs to generate our music. Alright guys, so I have generated a few things now. So for our video that we were generating, let's see the results. So this is how it came out. And I think it's pretty stunning. And the quality is because of the upscaled image that we used. So I recommend all of you to do that as well. And we're going to make a bunch of videos like this, just bringing those scenes to life. And then for audio, what we're doing is, as you saw, we got the prompts kind of tailored from ChatGPT. Then we are giving it in 11 labs, and we are generating sound effects. So I'm currently generating the elephant and defensive sounds. You can find these on stock sounds as well, but just for showcasing what you can do. So it will give you a bunch of generations for each time, and then you can pick and choose. If you don't want to use a paid version, you can use a model from Hugging Face as well, like this one. You can run it locally on your computer or on Google Colab for very little cost or even free. And there are a bunch of models like this that you can experiment with to create both music and sound effects. If you want to go the open source free route, that's entirely possible as well. And then for the music, we are using Suno. So I kind of again, we narrowed down the prompt with ChatGPT, just talking to it, and I gave it right here. We are generating just instrumental music. So Let's see what we got. And instead of going online and searching for copyright free music, I mean, this is incredible. So this will be, I will see how it, wow, this is incredible. I will use it as a faint background music to the video. I will see how it all comes together, if I choose to use it or not. But that's incredible. So our visual team has given us the results. Our music, our sound producers have given us these results, and then we have the sound effects as well right here. And yeah, we're creating the videos right now, so it's all coming together. It should take me 1 hour or maybe 2 hours to get all of this done, and then we will put the video together and we will see how the final thing looks like. I am excited for it. Alright guys, so finally we have gathered all the data, all the images, all the videos, all the music, the narration, the sound effects we needed to put this video together and bring my idea to life. So finally we're gonna do it. It took a while because I got distracted in some other tasks, but the number of hours I put in it is, I think, 8 to 12 hours whole to, you know, get the ideas, craft the prompts, and then generate all those using the AI tools that we discussed. So I'm going to show you just quickly. So this is my folder where I have organized everything. So images, you have the music, you have the narration, you have the sound effects, and the videos. So you are going to combine everything and generate a great quality video. At least that's what we are going for. So I'll just briefly show you. So these are all our images. Of course, we're not going to use all of them, but as we edit it, we will see what looks good, how can we kind of adjust it around. We might have to generate a couple more based on how it's looking when the video is coming together, but right now we have this content, which is a lot in my opinion. And this is the music we have. So I'll just briefly play some of this for you. So it's just orchestra kind of intense music. I'm gonna see how it fits and goes with the video, but so pretty powerful stuff there. And there is our narration right there.
For years, the idea of a tiger taking down
Pretty
an adult
amazing, right?
elephant has been
I
mentioned.
mean, without AI tools, this would have cost me like $50 to $100 to get done. But this took me 3 minutes, I think, and I had multitude of different voices and different accents on my fingertips to do this. So incredible stuff. And these are sound effects. So right now I only have 2, but I'm gonna download more. So I have the tiger roar, and I have a combined sound of tigers and elephants together, which we're gonna be using. So it's pretty intense stuff. And in the end, we have the most beautiful thing that we have are our videos. And I'm gonna add 2 or 3 more. I am yet to download those, but we still have a good amount of videos for our narration. So this is how you think about it. The first thing is the narration, right, which you generated based on the script. So this is currently about 4
For years,
I'm sorry about the sound there. This is about 4 minutes long, right? So this is the first thing you want to do, because then you know how long your video would be. That would depend on the narration, right? So that's the first thing that comes. After that, you try to generate the content so that you can bring the visual and you know, the music and sound, all that stuff into that. But first you need to do the narration so you know how long the video will be, a general idea, and then you create content based on that. So that's how I go about it. It's helpful to think of it that way. So we have all our stuff organized here. I am going to be editing it in Premiere Pro. You can use any editing software. If you don't want to spend any money, you can just use Clipchamp, which is a stock in Windows, and that works really well, let me tell you. It's so simple and so well. I'm thinking of actually switching from Adobe Premiere to that for most of my videos, which don't require complicated editing. But anyway, so we're gonna begin. I have imported a lot of the images and videos right here, and this is my audio, and so I'm gonna play it a little bit. Again, I'm sorry you'll have to hear it a bunch of times, but that's how I'm trying to show the process, how I do these things. So
for years, the idea of a tiger taking down an adult elephant has been met with skepticism. Are such stories real, or are they mere exaggeration?
okay, so the first part talks about how this idea has been talked about, and if it's real or if it's so we want to kind of show the flashes here. That's what I think. In the beginning we want to show flashes of images of these two animals clashing, and we will show like split-second images and combine them together. And so the start is still visually appealing, but it's not giving them the full information yet. It hooks the viewers in, and so that's how you want to start. Still very great high quality content, but don't bore the viewers, right? Reel them in and make them interested in what you are trying to show them. So the first thing, we're going to show some pictures of clashes, right? So we might have to import some images right here. So I have my images on the other screen, which you can see. So like kind of like this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to import some of the clashes, right? So these I'm going to import right here. Other than that, I think this one is good as well. So we're going to import this, and so 2 or 3, I also would like to include a video in the beginning. So for that, we're going to do is we are going to go to our desktop, our folder, and the videos. So as I said, I am yet to generate the videos for that, but for the sake of showing you guys, I'm gonna we are actually gonna create one of the videos live here. So what I'm gonna do is okay guys, so I will just quickly show you how to kind of bring your images to life, how to fix and kind of optimize them for your video. So right now I currently have this image that we're gonna see as an example. So this is kind of not the best quality, right? So I'm gonna upscale it using AI. Then what is also wrong with it is it's not the correct resolution for the video. The aspect ratio is not correct. It's supposed to be 16:9 to fit within our screen, but currently it's a different ratio. So we're gonna expand it as well, and then we're gonna upscale it, and we're gonna make a video out of it. So you're gonna see me go through the whole process, so you can see how to make a good quality video from just not a good image at all. You can see like a lot of things are wrong with this image. So let's see how that's done. So I'm just gonna drag it out of screen, and we're gonna use Runway for this. There are a bunch of tools that you can use as well, but let's see how we do that. So we're gonna go to our we're gonna go to all tools right here, and these are all the tools Runway provides you to kind of play around with the images and videos and do a bunch of stuff. First thing we want to do is we want to expand this image, and so how would that work is you upload your image here, and once that's uploaded, over here on the right, you're gonna select the aspect ratio, which is widescreen. That's the ratio for YouTube videos, and you're gonna do 1x. And for the prompt, you want to put the original prompt that you used to generate this image. That helps it do a better job, but in this case it's not necessary because it's only it's only expanding the jungle part of it. There's no real content in there. Oh, I like this image as well. It's missing a leg of the tiger, so I'm probably not going to use it, but it's still a pretty good image. And this one is pretty good too, man. I'm finding all sorts of great images now. Okay, I'm gonna save these so I can play around with these later. See, that's what happens when you go down the rabbit hole. You just get stuck, you know, collecting stuff because it's just so amazing. Why wouldn't you? Anyway, I'm gonna try to find that image, not waste any more time. Alright guys, so I found the prompt finally. So we're gonna put that in there and we're gonna hit generate. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna expand that image, hopefully correctly. So it gave us 4 generations, of which these 2 look pretty good. So we're gonna check them out. Both of them look pretty good. This one added a kind of a stick in there. You can choose either one. I think I'm gonna choose this one. So download that. Let's check it out. And let's see it. That did a pretty good job there. So now what we're gonna do, guys, is use this image and hopefully upscale it so the details are better and it looks realistic. So I have never used Runway's upscale feature, so we're gonna see how that goes. So bear with me. So let's use the upscale feature now. I'm gonna go back again. We're gonna, from the tools, we can, there should be upscale image right here. I don't know how this is gonna work, if it's gonna make it realistic enough or not, or we might have to use something else, but let's give it a try. So I think this is just gonna upscale it. It's not gonna add details into it, which we probably might not need, but let's see. So yeah, as I thought, it didn't really correct the, you know, the kind of messed up front legs of the tiger. So let's try something else. I have another idea. So guys, I have found this tool which uses Flux models on its backend to manipulate images and generate images. So let's check it out, how it works. What is this? I haven't never checked this out. Do they let you do editing with this 1.1 Ultra? Because the 1.1 Ultra is a really great model. It just has a lot of guardrails engraved into it, so you can do a bunch of stuff that just sucks, right? But we're gonna just try this. So we're gonna upload our image, which is this one that we expanded, and hopefully it adds, but I don't have high hopes for adding details into it. But let's check it out. While we're doing that, I also found another way to do this for free, which is gonna be using which is gonna be running totally on your computer if you have a powerful enough machine, like NVIDIA GPU and I think 16 to 32 gigs RAM, which is not the top end nowadays, right? Most people who are into this should have a machine or access to a machine with that configuration. But if you don't, you're welcome to rent a GPU to execute that. But if you don't know about automatic level, you can kind of run image models on your machine using this. There are a bunch of alternatives as well, like Forge and Comfy UI. If you're not familiar with those, just hit the keywords in YouTube. You'll find a lot of videos explaining how to install them, how to use them, and it's incredible stuff. You can run these models locally on your computer without any cost, just the cost of time. So you'll have to give them some time depending on how powerful your machine is, but it's still pretty incredible. And with using the correct workflow, these people are actually able to upscale images, which is very close to magnifique. Just look at this example. So this was the original image on the left hand side, and this is the upscaled version. This is incredible. You don't have to pay the insane fees of Magnifique, which I don't know what are they ripping people off for some reason for, but you can do this on your computer. It will just take time. So I would suggest maybe renting a Google Colab, renting a GPU on Google Colab or somewhere if you want to do them fast. It will still cost you a fraction of what it would with Magnifique. The only issue I think is to kind of figure out the parameters to get the upscaling correct. So this Reddit thread I found is very helpful. I will link it in this description as well. So you can go through it if you want to run this on your computer, set this up and play around with it. But you should be able to get pretty good results. Like, look at this one. So this on the left is the original image, which you might have seen, like AI image generators a lot of time mess the intricate stuff inside the image, right? And look at the upscaled version. This looks incredible. The difference. I mean, if you can do this on your computer using one of these workflows, the control net model, which I think it is. Yeah, the control net. I mean, go ahead, man, set this up. I'd recommend you to also please comment below if you did, what problems you're facing. Other people can help you, and I will also join to help you. But yeah, just wanted to show it on the side note. So let's check out what our upscaler did. So it did not add any detail, right? It did not correct the tiger's incorrect biology, which we were expecting to do. But other ways to do that is to in-paint those things in there. So if you have an image that otherwise looks stunning, but something is just off with it, you don't have to discard that image. You can still use it. And I'm going to show you how to kind of correct that, right? So we're going to use... Alright, so you can use the tool I showed you just now. You can go to image to image, I think, to edit these images. And you can kind of select the area which you want to edit and correct what you want to do. No, it's not image to image. Let me see. Image in painting. My bad. So you go to image in painting, you select your image, but it costs you, this one costs you quite a lot. So it costs me for every editing 14 credits. So what you do is you kind of just select the part. So I'm going to go here, select this little pencil, select that, and then you give it a prompt that, you know, tiger's front legs are biologically correct or something like that. Play around with this until you get the correct generation. So I'm not going to try this one because it costs a lot of credits and I only have 40 left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another tool, this one, getimage.ai, getimg.ai, and they have an image editor right here. So it uses stable diffusion on the back end, which is not as advanced as Flux models, but it can get the job done as well. And it's a lot cheaper, so I love that. So what are we going to do right now is, yeah, we're going to select these things right here. And what we're going to, other than that, I think it looks fine. And we're going to write tiger's front front legs looking realistic. You have to play around with this a lot. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it right in the first place. And I'm gonna hit in paint. Okay, let's see what we get. If we get really weird results, we might have to change the prompt. So that's the way. You don't have to discard your images just because there's something minor wrong with them. So we got the results. So none of them look good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is no. So you can just cancel this, and we're gonna erase our. Okay, so we're gonna correct them one by one, I think. So I'm gonna do. So let's see what it does now. So this is stable diffusion. As I said, it's not as advanced, but it can get the job done, and it's a lot cheaper than Flux in painting. So looks like we're not really getting somewhere with this. So I'm gonna just delete all of this. Tigers, pause. So that's the thing with these models currently. We have to kind of trial and error a lot of things to get it right. But models like Flux do it very well. But I'm just showing you the process if you don't want to spend a lot of money in doing this. Let's see the kind of result we get on this. So this one is a lot better. It looks a lot more. So this one is like the paw kind of facing straight. So I think this one is better, but okay, so we're gonna try again. And what I'm gonna do is I should be using better prompts, to be honest, but let's see what we can get. Just experimenting with hillbilly style prompts. No real thinking there. Give it a second. So we're not getting anywhere with this, I think. Alright guys, so the final one I'm gonna try to use for this image is Magnifique itself. It is pretty expensive, as I said, so you're better to use and try to integrate the free version that I found on Reddit and see if it can work for you. But in this video I'm just going to show you if Magnifique can fix that that flaw in the image, which is a pretty hard thing to fix, to be honest, and I don't think it will be able to be honest too. Because this looks pretty odd itself, so but we're gonna try. We're gonna see how it does. So I uploaded the image. I'm scaling it by 2. I'm optimizing it for film and videography, and here we're gonna just give it the prompt that we used to generate the image. I just messed with it a little bit, and I'm giving it creativity of 3 so it can fix those things. And resemblance. Okay, so we're gonna keep the resemblance a little bit low, actually a bit low, and then fractality as well, we're gonna keep it at 2, and let's give it a try. I only have 5 credits left, which is what it will cost to edit one of these, so I only got 1 try, man. So let's see, and we're gonna hit upscale right here, and let's see what we get. Alright guys, so Magnifique did a pretty amazing job actually. If you want to see, let me slide it for you, and there you go. It's not perfect by any means, but I think for our quick snap video we're gonna show in the beginning of this YouTube video, it will do, I think. So we're gonna use this, and if I would have kept the creativity maybe a little bit more, it would have maybe done better, maybe done worse. So you can see the creativity can go both ways. If you keep it too much, if you can look at the elephant right now, it's kind of disintegrating over here, and its ears looks weird, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna show a split-second snap of this picture or video in the beginning, so it doesn't matter. So what we're gonna do is download this in PNG, and I also made a mistake that I actually no. We'll have to expand it again, of course, using our using the runway tools. So we're gonna go to expand image again, right here. Firstly, I am gonna edit it a little bit. So I'm gonna just get rid of the bottom part of the image. So right there, and I'm just gonna freeform edit it right like this, and save. So we're gonna kind of expand this now. So we're gonna go to our expand image tool. Actually, we could have given it a try with in painting as well, but you guys can experiment with it. I'm just here to show you the tools. Expand image. There we go. The results look pretty awesome. We're gonna use we can use any of it, to be honest. This one looks kind of weird on the side. It made a mess of it, but this one added a tree here, and this one added some branches. So this one I think looks good. I'm gonna download this. See how it looks, and it looks pretty good. So now we're gonna convert this into a video. So again, we're gonna use runway for this kind of section. So I'm gonna show you how you can do everything with runway as well if you want to. Pick your tool of choice and just do everything with it. That's much better. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do image to video. I just I don't use runway that much, so I'm not like that well versed in it. So we're gonna go to generative session, I think, and yeah, so you can just drop the image here. So we're gonna drop our image here. That did not work. Drop our image here, right there, and then over here we're again gonna give it a prompt, which is a similar prompt. No, this one is for in painting, right? So we're gonna use the prompt we used to generate the image, so it knows the action that's happening within the video that it's going to create. So right here, and this is the max resolution you can do on the basic plan that I have, but if you pay more, of course, you can get better resolution, right? All of them want your money, but you get to create what you want, so it's a trade-off. You gotta choose how much you are willing to pay. Anyway, I'm gonna click generate, and let's see what we get. Alright guys, so the first generation came out looking pretty funky, as you can see. So we're gonna give it a try. I kind of adjusted the prompt manually now. I just emphasize that it's jumping, the tiger is jumping. So let's see how that works out. So generate it again, and let's see if it understands. I think that's why I do not prefer runway that much. I prefer Kling, but it's pretty expensive if you want to use it for a lot of stuff. Let's see what we get anyway. Sometimes it understands. Okay, so we are not getting anywhere. So for comparison, I'm just gonna use Kling as well and see how what kind of results we get from there. So the thing with the Kling is it takes a bit of time. It will take 5 minutes, so I'll be back. So this is how our video turned out. Let's play it. So as you can see, it's not perfect. It makes some mistakes in the end, but we're only going to use the first couple of seconds of it to kind of put it together with other split-second clips and make like a split-second montage in the beginning. So you're gonna see that now. To download, you can just click on here, download without watermark, and then we're gonna use it in Adobe Premiere and start creating this video. So what you want to do is kind of take it in sections. So whatever the first section of the narration is talking about, and I have created scenes, videos and images for that, and I'm gonna try inserting it, see how it plays out, and then, you know, cut and split out parts of it so it fits within that narration and kind of looks dynamic, looks good as well. So it's all about experimenting, just going through trial and error until it hits, until it looks good to you. So you want to experiment with that and keep going. So I'm gonna finish this first part up and I'll show you what I come up with. Alright guys, so editing is finally finished. We are very close to having a finished video. I will just show you what we have right now.
For years, the idea of a tiger taking down an adult elephant has been met with skepticism. Are such stories real, or are they mere exaggerations? One of the most credible accounts comes from Colonel Thakur Kesri Singh, young elephant calf. The predator's powerful claws and jaws had brought down the juvenile, but its triumph drew attention. The herd scattered in fear, but not all fled. From the trees, a massive bull tusker emerged, enraged at the loss of the calf, its fury leading the charge and circling to attack from the flank. With a single leap, it climbed onto the elephant's back, its claws raking deep into the thick hide. This was no ordinary attack. Unable to strike at the elephant's neck, a favored killing spot, the tiger resorted to sheer aggression. It in a forest rest house listened in terror. All night, they were kept awake by the horrifying sounds of the battle. The snub.
So that's a little snippet for you guys. So it's coming together pretty well. I'm very close to finishing it. Now I just gotta refine some of these videos and some of these transitions and all that, add some effects into it, and we will see the finished product very shortly. So don't go anywhere. Before I show you the finished video, I wanted to show some of the most beautiful shots, some of the most incredible shots we were able to create during the making of this video, and I wanted to share them because I'm genuinely stunned. So let's have a look at them and let's see what we are able to do currently. First one is, I mean, look at this. Look at the quality of this. It's incredible what you can do with just your imagination and just your computer nowadays. And another one I want to show is this one. Actually, this is the lower quality version of it, and I have a sharper version as well, if you want to see this one. So I mean, look at that. How can you say this is not real? And this is stunning, man. Like, what you can do nowadays is incredible. Another one is this shot right here. I mean, wow. It made a little bit of water come out here for some reason, but it's not a big deal. You can easily do a couple of iterations and get it to not do that, but just incredible shots, man. And another one is, this one is one of my favorites as well. I mean, wow. Incredible. So the reason I'm showing you this is why I was able to create them is, if I would have given straight up the prompt to a video creator or a video generator, I'll just turn this off, it probably would have struggled to understand this and, you know, make as good of a shots as we have. So the best workflow that works for me is, first you create an image that you're satisfied with, then you upscale it, and then you upload it to a video generator. And the best one that has worked for me is hands down Kling AI so far. I know there's a couple of new ones in the market with OpenAI Sora, and recently today Google launched their VO2 model as well, which is said to be incredibly good. But Kling AI, man, the quality on this, I would highly suggest you to give it a try. Bring out your imagination to reality using Kling and just see for yourself. Other than that, now we will just see the finished video. And yeah, it was an incredible journey. It took me 2-3 days. I put in like 4 or 5 hours each day, and so 15-16 hours in total, and we are coming out with an incredible high quality video about just a concept, just a little paragraph from a Reddit post. So incredible times. Okay, so finally guys, our video is finished. We are done editing it, creating all the description, the titles, the thumbnails for a YouTube video that you need to, and I have actually posted it as well. And just wanted to share the final steps I went through to kind of finish everything up and just get it ready to be posted. If any of you are total newbies to YouTube and are kind of scared of how the process goes, I'll just briefly show you what I did in the end to polish the product. So once I had the video exported from Adobe Premiere, so I edited it in Adobe Premiere, but you can use Clipchamp as well, which is your stock Microsoft Windows editing software, and it is really good for most applications. Anyway, once I'm done exporting the video, I need, and these are the most important parts I think that a lot of people seem to ignore. If you're running your YouTube channel and you want to get views and you want to get your video in front of people, that's the whole point, right? Why else would you be posting it on YouTube if you don't want people to see it? You might have great content, you might have great story, great visuals, everything. But if you don't choose a good title, a good thumbnail, then it doesn't end up getting in front of the right people, and it kind of gets to the bottom of the algorithm, and then crickets, no views. So this is very important. So right here, what I use for, I'll just show you, this is the thumbnail I created for my video, and you will also learn once you start creating some, a kind of enticing picture and a headline kind of attention grabbing title. And to get these ideas, what I usually use is a GPT within ChatGPT. It's called a YouTube SEO Wizard. So it kind of optimizes your video for YouTube algorithm, right? So I usually give it the whole script, tell it what's the video about, and ask it to give me some options for the titles and the descriptions. So the first time it gave me all these, which I did not quite like. So I went through it again, asked it to, think about it again and kind of tell it what direction I want it to go to. So I wanted it to kind of include in the description that it's a real, true story. So I wanted it to be in the thumbnail as well as in the title. So then we started working on that. I had some back and forth with it, and then we finally got to a point where I liked the output. So always talk back and forth until you're satisfied. Do not go with the first or second results. And after that, I also gave it, I also asked for the idea for the thumbnails, what to write here, what's the best thing to write. And then again, when I was satisfied, I put that there. And this is my thumbnail. And I went ahead with my title as well. I will just show you my video, which is, sorry. So yeah, this is the video just before I posted it. So I crafted a description with the help of ChatGPT. I crafted all the hashtags that are relevant to this category, to this niche, the people that watch this kind of stuff, like myself. So I crafted some of these with the help of ChatGPT. Then I added my own as well. And yeah, the title I crafted is a pretty simple one, but it has to include certain keywords, and it has to be short, concise, and all that. And that's it. And if you're posting an AI generated video or any content which has AI generated visuals or anything within it, you have to kind of check. You should check mark this altered content box here, so YouTube knows that it's altered and you don't run into any issues later on. I did that. I added some relevant tags again. Use ChatGPT to generate these, and that was it. Uploaded my thumbnail and posted it. It's been a couple of hours, so I will see how the video performs within the next couple of days, and hopefully it will get some views. If not, I had fun doing it, so it's a win-win for me either way. But that was the whole process, and if you want to check out the video, I will leave the link in the description, and also all the resources I used, the whole process. I will leave a summary in the description with the links of the tools and the names of the tools I used. So you guys, if any of you want to start your process from scratch, you have kind of a roadmap. You don't have to figure everything out from the start. So I hope you guys learned something from this, and I hope I was able to give you some value, and I hope I can inspire or kind of push some of you to create your own stuff, your own content out there. You know, a lot of people have great imagination, but they kind of get pushed back because of the complication of creating such stuff. And I hope this helps some or a lot of people to get through that barrier and create their own content out there. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys create something fun. Thank you. And in the end, guys, I just want to give a shout out to our agency, Autolinks AI, which I co-founded along with another founder. And we basically help small, medium-sized businesses integrating AI into their workflow and helping them to accomplish a lot more without spending on hiring, spending on various tools. And we create custom workflows for them to suit their needs. So as you saw, video creation, it costs me to create like $10 for this video, and advertisement campaign with real photographers, videographers, and editors would cost hundreds or thousands of dollars. So if you want to save these costs, if you want to get it done in a fraction of what you're spending on these stuff, feel free to get in touch. There's a link in the description. Book a free consultation with us, and we can discuss if it makes sense to implement some of these automations, some of these tools for yourself. And feel free to reach out. Looking forward to talking to you guys. Thank you.